I don't have the graphics abilities that some do, like yourself, but ClickFunnels allows me to be creative. It allows me to build things that I would have never been able to do in other places. Welcome to the Impactors Podcast. I'm Cory Carter.
And I'm Ron Cool.
And we are the owners and founders of Hindsight HacKing Media, agency, podcasts, funnels, graphics, and more. Head on over to gethhm.com to learn more.
Guys, we created this podcast to help you go create an impact today. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, today. We're taking all the fluff, all the BS out so you can go create an impact.
And today's topic is
CF 2.0. Let's get it started. FHL week continues.
That's right, Ron. This has been the one I've been excited to talk about the most, although it's been pretty awesome talking about all the speakers and all the things we learned. But, ClickFunnels, the software, is the main reason many of us are in the ClickFunnels community at all.
Right.
The people and everything that builds the community is why you stay, but software is what you started. And so, there's a lot of things that you and I love about ClickFunnels. And I just kind of wanted to start there. Like, what's one of your favorite things and why we use ClickFunnels, or you like to use ClickFunnels over other places like Groove or WordPress or Kajabi?
Ease of use. Like I've learned it's just really easy to use it. It does what I need it to do. I'm able to do things to it to make it look how I want it to look. And then as a end user, like I can guide them right to where I want them to go.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I don't have the graphics abilities that some do, like yourself, but ClickFunnels allows me to be creative. It allows me to build things that I would have never been able to do in other places. And so, we played on other sites and other things that say they're trying to be the ClickFunnels killer, but they are not as easy to use. They just don't work like ClickFunnels. And so I was pretty stoked when they started talking about 2.0 and started showing the things, because we've sometimes watch people struggle when it comes to like connecting a Shopify cart.
Oh yeah.
Right. Or even for us, we got extra stuff so we could code in the ability to have some kind of cart aspect like Shopify.
Right. And we've tried to help people get past that as well. So that was the one thing that you told me about that I was so flipping exciting about.
Yeah. Like that's one of the first pieces that, it's not going to be, if we never have to connect to a Shopify, never have to get extra coding to get your cart to set up and work in, like it's a game changer. And e-commerce in the ClickFunnels community is really the next level. Not necessarily that we're doing e-commerce, but they are pushing it big time. And with e-commerce comes a must for a really, really good cart ability like Shopify, like Amazon, like whatever you're getting, but done right in the one other space that you build your funnel leading to that cart.
Absolutely. And that I think alone will be a game changer for so many people, is just being able to have that connection piece.
Yeah. And then the next piece, and this is actually one that we'll use quickly and effectively and often, and that is the membership area, to where it actually will compete with those of people like Kajabi.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a big fan of Kajabi at all, but we've learned to make the membership funnels work in ClickFunnels. Like we have a membership site and, we get a lot of good compliments on it. So we've learned how to make it. However, I know when they roll this out, it's going to blow it away. So that's another thing that I'm very excited about. And you're right, we will use that thing all day long.
Yeah. And, again, as a user and a watcher, so to speak, of everyone's sales courses and what their members area looks like and all these different things, and like Kajabi does really well as a user, right? As that client, or so to speak, but it's never been on the front end. It's harder to use, right? It's
Mhm.
much difficult, much more different. And so then to be able to have our ClickFunnels ability on the front end, but then have on the back end, the end of use stuff for the client, like that's a game changer for sure.
Yeah.
And then some of the other things that ClickFunnels struggles with growing, and that's why WordPress is such, a monster. And, again, WordPress has ease of use, but what does it have above everything else?
I think you can embed audio files.
Well,
That's
that, but SEO stuff, right? Like,
yeah, well, and
yeah.
obviously the SEO searchable, but most of our clients are podcast clients and they want to put their audio on their website. And we're like, oh, that's nice. So ClickFunnels doesn't do that.
Yeah. So anything WordPress can do, ClickFunnels will be able to do at when 2.0 launches. But most, and most importantly, I think it's the SEO piece. And so when people search keywords that are within your site, when you're on ClickFunnels, you don't always get that. You typically never get it up front on the first page of a Google search.
Right.
And that's because of the lacking of SEO. And so SEO number one, that comes into play, but then the whole podcast and the audio that you mentioned, that's probably what we will use it for the most, and what our clients will use it for the most, but also the blog aspect. Be able
Right.
to write a blog directly to your site, to your page, right in ClickFunnels, and again, play on that SEO stuff. It's insane.
Very cool. Cannot wait.
Yep. And then last piece of this is what I think so many are like, yeah, we're ClickFunnels killers, like to say, and that's the speed at which everything loads, right? And I know when we're exiting out of one page and trying to get to a different page, there's some time and that. And as a user, once in a while, it's slower than, say, a WordPress or whatever. But, they have now figured out a way to be faster than all the other similar type of platforms. Basically, it's working off of the same software that Facebook works. So today, that's not a good thing, because
I was
we're
just saying
recording this today.
today, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp's out.
Yeah, so anything Facebook runs today is out, but everything those platforms are built on, and you all know, anybody that knows Facebook or Instagram knows how fast it is. ClickFunnels 2.0 is going to be built on that same platform to allow it to be faster than anything else out there at this time. So more capabilities, the same ease of use, and then faster on every aspect, including those of us that use it to build, right? Like, we have a membership area that you're saving and exiting, and then you're trying to see something else, but you can't always do that. Or you have multiple people building on one page like you and I do, and then you can use it like a Google Doc and see, like, you could see me typing on it and fixing it, and then save it. It'll say it's edited by Cory at 2:00 or whatever the time was. Like, it's going to be insane.
That's cool. That'll be a really cool feature. I can't wait.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to ask one last question about this one,
Okay.
because people are doing this all over the place. And so just how it's working is, anybody that went to FHL gets access to CF 2.0 now. And we get some training from Russell Brunson once a month for the next 3 months. Then in January, a beta group will get access to it. But then the whole public doesn't get access until March of 2022. So now what we're seeing pop up, and I don't know if you've noticed this, Ron, but several Facebook groups popping up talking about, hey, ClickFunnels 2.0, what are we learning and how can we make the best of this? And, I know we would think about it because you build a group of, users that you could potentially sell to in the future, right?
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts on all that?
2, caution, be careful. Make sure you land in the right group where it's not just something that they want to pitch you into something, because at the end of the day, that's what they want. Like, just put it out there. And make sure you align with the values that they have that's in the group.
Easy enough. And then hopefully learn something on the way through, right?
Right.
Like have those two things that Ron just said, and then if you can learn on your way through whatever they're showing, then it's going to be a win-win for everyone.
Exactly. So be careful out there. No fluff, no BS, just impact. Go make some.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to learn more, head on over to impactorsmastermind.com. We have a special group waiting just for you.
Guys, why are you still listening to this? Get off your phone, go create an impact today.